Hi everyone, this is Killshot99 Gaming, and this is Play Dead Live Crossfire Legend event. It was on, and it was off, then it was on, and it was off, and then we just decided to, whatever, we're just going to get together and open some packs, hang out, look at some brand new gameplay items, socialize, drink, and whatever we decide to do. So here it is. I sent out a message to everybody. Everybody's going to be super confused because they're probably going to be like, is it tonight? Is it 4 o'clock tomorrow? You know what? I do better with a microphone than I do with a text message. People will tell you that. So I just had to, sometimes I just got to crank it up. And tonight we're going to crank it up. So if you cannot be here live, then please, hopefully, well, I guess you're not listening to me if I'm talking. But get the word out to everybody to watch the playback, because there are going to be some really good items that are unveiled this week. This probably, and that's, you know, with the turnout we had earlier, I know some people had some other engagements, so it was a little disappointing, and I wanted people to see the brand new items, and then I thought, you know what, word will travel. When people see some of the new legendaries, it's not just the legendaries, when people see brand new brace items that we're rolling out tonight, new pets that are rolling out tonight, there's a grenade that's going to silence people. I mean, it's ridiculous. So you'll see what it's all about in just a couple minutes. And Kel is going to give me a list of all the, I know we got at least 8 boxes lined up. We might open 8, we might open 10, we might open 12, we might do 4 or 5 tomorrow. Who knows? We might do a couple shots. Will's drinking watermelon margaritas. And I am drinking Casamigos and club soda with no salt, Will. And this is a super carb-friendly drink, if you guys don't know that. Club soda and Casamigos, no carbs. So if you decide to go keto, I know this year was a little rougher. Like normally we get that point in the year where it's like, what is it, like March, where everybody goes super keto and you got to get that beach bod. This has not been that year, everybody. It is not. This has been the year where it's been Red Bulls and carbs. Red Bulls and carbs this year. But eventually we are going to get back to, we're going to get back to it. So I guess I'm starting this a little bit early. But yeah, it is a, hold on, you can hear that. I am going to be taking a swig here or there. But I am not out. I'm not driving. So I am in the safety and sanctity of my own abode, and have the presence of my 3 Gs. Hello, Valar. I see you in the house. Valar, I heard there's a bounty mask. Just saying. Might look good with that ring. But that's not all. So over the next 2 days, you guys want to know what Doom does? Doom is going to freak you guys out. How many people saw the... Kel was probably sharing it. So I'm not going to wait till we open the box that has Doom in it. I'm going to tell you guys straight up what it does. It is the ultimate gamble. So here's what Doom does, and here's why you're going to want it. All right? So Doom does not count as a 4th weapon. It's a big gun that goes into your accessories, and you get to activate it 1 time. Well, it's a legendary. You get to activate, not just 1 time and then it's done. But listen to how cool this is. In order to activate it, you have to have 1 of each of the brand new globulins, also called globs. There are 6 brand new globs. So in order to activate it, you have to load 6 globs into it. And then you activate it. And you're either going to do D20 to a person or to a boss. 1 hit, going to be a big hit. Or you get a die roll and you have a 1 in 20 chance of insta-killing the player or the boss with no prevention, nothing that can be done. So you will get a 20-sided die roll and you have a 1 in 20 chance of immediately killing your opponent. So if it's a boss and one person has this legendary, you guys may want to say, hey, fire this up, take a shot at it, and maybe we kill the boss early. Or you're in a faction war and you're just getting your ass handed to you, and at the very end you say, you know what, I'm just going to give it a shot here. Let's load it up. We need a kill to win the game. I'm going to target Ocean Man, and then I'm going to roll, and I'm going to have a nice die set up, and I'm going to have some eerie music in the background, and everybody's going to be watching, and it's going to be like, come on, don't roll a 20, don't roll a 20. And then you roll a 20, and you win the match at the very end. So it is going to be, and there is no prevention, nothing that can be done. It is the only Armageddon weapon that we have that you can't stop it. I don't want to hear Sly Shaw. I don't want to hear Psycho. I don't want to hear prevention spell. Nothing can stop it. It is a legendary. It is a one-shot. It's a huge, huge gamble. But, you know, hey, imagine a group on a Friday night and one of you guys have this item. It can be played anytime. It cannot be disarmed. It cannot be taken away from you. And it can be played on a final turn. It is an exception to the legendary rule, Julia. It is the one item that breaks all the rules. Now, not everybody's going to have one, so I wouldn't be like freaking out, but if somebody does, you just need to know that they have it. Doesn't count as a weapon slot. It's going to go in your accessories pouch. But it's going to, it's going to create some suspense and some drama. You might have a team's kind of neck and neck, and at the very end, they're up by 80 points. They think they got the win, and somebody's like, no. Load it up with all the globs, and let's fire this bad boy. And then everybody's going to watch this die roll, and you got to roll a natural 20. So I'm going to have a 20-sided die up on the screen. You got to get a 20. Anything else doesn't get the job done. It does. So you would have to save your legend. It does count as your activated legend, but it can be played anytime in the match. That is the exception to the rule. And that's not all we got. It's the ultimate gamble. It gives you hope. Sometimes you get to the very end and the team may only have hope. Or imagine, I just don't look at it from a PvP standpoint. I look at it from, I know that's the way some of you guys are going to view it. You say, all right, look, we've worked hard, we got this win, and somebody just beat me by a lucky roll, they got 1 in 20. That might happen. Odds are it's not, but it could. But I look at it like this. I look at it as, you guys are like in round number 1, round number 2, you're raring to go on a Friday night, and somebody says, you know what, let me just take a shot. Let me just have the spotlight for a second and try to kill this boss that nobody else can kill. So, certainly want to create weapons that always have you guys on your toes. And we got some good stuff for you guys. Really, really good stuff. Every single box, I messaged a couple of people today and I said, this event is so challenging that I can't get everything in these boxes. So I do have one of the boxes today or tomorrow. We have boxes over 2 days. One of the boxes in the 2-day event is a pet box, and it is all 14 of the red pets. All 14 of the red pets. The last time we did the pet box, it had 10. So that means it's got a red Nolan in there. But it's got other stuff in there. I didn't just stick you with the red pets this week. There's a brand new gun from Brace. There's a brand new blaster from Brace. But this is going to be the last pet box that we do for a while. So even if you have a lot of pets, you will be fortunate to get this pet box today or tomorrow, because it's going to stock you up for a little while. Also, we've got a what else do we have? I think we've got a gem box. And look, some of these theme boxes will have legendaries in them as well. That pet box might have a legendary. It's all randomized today, where before it was a theme box. So you may get a pet box and also get a legendary. You may get a gem box and get a legendary. You might get a bionic and skin box and get a legendary. So how many people are pretty excited about Euclid? Euclid is crazy. So here's the thing that I want you guys to know with Euclid, because nobody's really played it. But let me give you kind of my insight on Euclid. There's really 3 ways to go at it. 1, you can target your opponent and turn them into a passive pet that can't really do anything. That's really cool. Number 2, you can turn yourself into a pet like Red Toxie that does a whole lot of damage. Or number 3, you can turn your teammate into a pet that has an effect or does a whole lot of damage. Teammate doesn't have Psycho, turn them into Psycho, prevent a bullet. A lot of versatility with Euclid. It's going to make the game a lot of fun. We got some CROSSFIRE gear lined up for you guys today. We've got a brand new pet. His name's Rod, but the chicks call him Hot Rod. He's a Roadrunner, and you'll see what that Roadrunner does. You got Jolt. You got Marty. More pets than we've ever rolled out before. Brace has been busy, and we got a legendary pet out there named Unted. And you guys saw him last night, but you're going to find out why he's legendary. So, you guys ready to kick this thing off? Kel, shoot me a list, and I will take a little bit of time to explain the items tonight. And as I said, I know there's still a few people that are not here tonight. So if there's interest, we will do a second event tomorrow. We've got up to 24 boxes prepared. If we go through 10 of them, 12 of them, 16 of them, whatever we do, I still want to do the stream. And there were some people that actually, I was going to set it up tomorrow to prevent having to go over the items over and over. And then as I talked to a few people, there's some people that they reserved this afternoon. They were looking forward to the stream, and it just wasn't fair not to do the stream. So I kind of had a change of heart, and it was the right thing to do. So, and we'll relax. We'll have a few drinks. We'll talk about the game. Jim's story was really amazing last night. So I explained a little bit of the story to the mods. If you guys really, really want me to get into the depth of that story, it's Julia Kell. It's pretty deep, right? And I think even as they saw it, and I went back and explained like everything that was involved in that segment, it made them take a little more pause. Like that kind of made a little bit more sense. But yeah, there was a lot to that story. Yeah, and the one thing that you guys may not have missed, and Kel and Julia, the flowers she was putting on the grave at the end, do you guys know whose grave that was? That was her mom. So what had happened was that Jim was abducted while her mom was pumping gas at the gas station. She turned her back for a minute. And then you saw the cosplay outfit, and this person, this sick person that kidnapped her, was doing skin grafting and torturing people, and he had prisoners. And Jim was one of the ones that managed to escape. And you saw her going from being a kid to probably teenager, a little bit older. So all those years passed. So her mom and her both had the same vision of that bathroom. That was the connection. When you guys saw that and you saw Jim go into that room, that was really her seeing what her mom had seen, and her mom living with all of that regret of not protecting her daughter. And then Jim goes through this whole process of training and revenge, and then finally she gets vindication. And then, of course, puts the flowers on her mom's grave because they didn't get a chance to spend time with each other. So that was stolen from her. But yeah, it was a real, when I wrote it, it was a very, very, I watched it a few times. I'm like, man, this is choking me up. But yeah, to tie it into the story and her pursuit, and to show her revenge, just kind of brought it together, made it feel good. And there was just a lot of, the music was perfect for it too. I spent a long time just trying to find the music that made sense. And then that song with the sunset and, the beach trip. And, I think everybody's done that, right? Those of you that have kids, you had that trip where it's just kind of like you and one of your kids. Instead, not the whole family, but it's just like you and one of your kids, and you got to have that bonding moment. So important. Not the husband, not the wife, not the other siblings. There's just that one. And that was it. That was, that was their family. And then that experience was just like the most heartbreaking thing for something that should have been such a good experience turned out to be such a, such a life-changing experience. So that is, but that's it. And it's a whole lot of fun. Whole lot of fun to put that together. So we are going to, get some packs. Let's do it. Let's go with, Kel, give me Jim, Bonnie, because of Jim's story, Julia, and Villar. Jim, Bonnie, Julia, and Villar. If you can give me box numbers for those, we will kick this thing off. Trigger, I think to a degree, I have a pretty good connection, because there's a lot of conversations I have with you guys, and I think I know a lot more about each of you because of our relationship and how much we talk. But certainly I appreciate that. I mean, I don't know. I see the work you guys put in, and I know the stories, and I know the conversation, but there are going to be some, there's going to be some big stories throughout the entirety of Play Dead Live. It started, as much as we joke about it, that Will hitting that hammer, it's so visual, right? Like everything we went through in the early stages, like Amanda will still say, thank you, Jim, appreciate that. And Will, Kills, can I get 20 packs with 20? What? Come on now, Will. Too many margaritas. Amanda will still tell you how she started playing Play Dead Live. The first one to see Dirty Diana in that bar. And then that frozen type of environment. And, they're all segments. But, I think the fact that we've added so much story to it, and there's more continuity to the story now, that, I was talking to Kel the other day, and she said, PDL is a way of life. And I'm a part of that. That's the thing at Trigger that I kind of want you to understand is I'm in the story as well. I think sometimes it's just, as a writer or as a judge or all of those things, you're able to separate yourself to it. But I kind of see your characters and how they grow. So I feel attached to the people who play the characters, but also to the characters themselves. And I think this next story, it's not the... I thought it was good to have a kind of dark, sentimental type of story before we go into the next one, because the next one's going to be a whole lot of shooting, a whole lot of fighting. Nothing sentimental about this next story. It's going to be it's going to be about domain and domination and takeover and betrayal, partnerships, wheeling and dealing. I mean, it's CROSSFIRE. And the Brace and the Max storyline really start to take shape. So, all right, you know what? Let's kick this thing off. So Jim has box number 2. All right, Jim. Kel sent me box number 2. Here we go. Lots of good stuff lined up for today. So we're going to open a maximum of 16 boxes today. I don't think we'll go over 16 boxes. If by some chance we do, those boxes will definitely be tabled for tomorrow. So 1 to 16 are the numbers to be reserved. If you're interested in a box tomorrow, 17 to 24 is lined up for tomorrow. So Jim, give us a number, and Will says, don't pick my Armageddon. Will wants it. You know what? That is a Will type of weapon, though. And Will, I got to tell you, look, I'm pulling for everybody to get legendaries. I would love to see you get that Armageddon. Because I think there's some weapons that are perfect for certain people. All right, Jim Stone picking pack number 16 is a pet, Ariel. It's a good pick. Okay, and I will pause. You know, today I feel the need after a couple drinks maybe to give a little bit of advice. I'm not going to give trade secrets. But I'm a little surprised now that you guys are using mustard bombs and you guys are really getting the hang of different things. I'm a little surprised that Ariel is not used more to get rid of toxin. It's a 2-for-1 deal. We still have people that take grogs and drop smokes. I mean, all you have to do is play Ariel and your toxin goes away and you do damage to your opponent. So I think there's probably a misconception on some of the items. And if there is a specific item today that you're like, okay, I haven't been using that, I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of great things that you guys have not even touched on. Wars are not just about fizzle bombs and AP. It's a big part of it, but there's so many mechanics, there's so many moves that you guys can do. All right, you hit me with red toxie, fine. I'm going to drop Ariel, get rid of your toxin, and hit you back for 10. And it's certainly a pet that I would res. I think it is a top. You can I-ring the Ariel, but remember, the language on the card is coming into play. So when Ariel comes into play, the healing effect happens. Then Ariel attacks, and you can dodge the attack from I-ring. But the I-ring will not get rid of the healing effect. So it's an instant heal. All right, Jim. So, Jim, you've seen some of the items. So, just curiosity. You've got a couple boxes lined up for today. What are you trying to get your hands on today, Jim? You saw some of the items last week. Hey, you guys didn't even get all the items last week. Do you guys even know how good Noxie is? My goodness gracious. Noxie some of you know, because I spoiled it. All right. But Noxie is obnoxious. Noxie comes into play with loud music and will wake a sleeping target. So if your teammate gets put to sleep by that dreaded sleep arrow, you can play Noxie and everybody wakes up. It's a good pet. And you know what? There was one in a box last week. It never got revealed. So somebody's going to get Noxie for the first time tonight. All right, here we go, Jim. Pack number 1. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Wow. All right. First box. Sometimes we wait a long time, and she's just breaking the ice right now. Also, every box this weekend does have a 5 times the Cosmos. So some of you that are a couple not just first place. There's a pretty big lead in first place. But second, third, fourth, and fifth are all pretty close. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to want to be in the top 5 of that next campfire event. So today is going to give a couple people a boost to either get them in the top 5, might get them up to 3, 4, so on and so forth. So it does look like Ark is going to get 40 XP, and I don't know if Nixie's got the totals in front of her. That might put Ark in first place. They're very close. Them and Mir were probably like within 50. Bionic Heart for Jim. Oh, look at this. Jim is the first person to get the brand new brace. Yellow. They're gold. But these are the gold globs. Now, I got to tell you guys, remember how the cubes and how the plasmas are packs of 3? The globs are not. The globs are 2 packs. They are super strong, and they are limited to 2 per pack. This fever is twice the effectiveness of the yellow gel, which was more effective than the yellow plasma cubes. This is high potency globulin. This is hardcore. This is what Brace has been doing. I want you guys to think of Max as, Max is kind of make the stuff, nice magic, good armor pen, strong group. Brace are, they're biological researchers and chemical engineers. They are inventing things. And I know there's a few Jigsaw fans out there. I know there's a few Bounty Hunter fans out there. But I've also heard through the grapevine that there's a few Buzz fans out there. And let me tell you, Karis, who was one of the Valkyries and daughters of Nyx, Karis, Buzz are strong generals in the Brace faction. And you're going to see some brand new items that have their signature all over it of what they do and what they can do. I know it felt like Max was sort of rising to the top. Brace has had a little bit of time to work, and you're going to see that today. So these are the brand new gold globs, and you know what? You can't use gold globs with an AR-15. You can't use gold globs with a Wargo. You can't use gold globs with a Cyan AR-15. Oh, but Brace, because they don't use bullets, they use batteries. Also, all Brace weapons going forward will be battery powered. So where the brace weapons get their power is in the plasma, in the gel, in the globs. Whereas max gets their power from the ammunition. Max is ammunition, brace is scientific. But the nice thing about brace, and I know Jim used to use trace quite a bit, you can switch up those globs really quickly. There's versatility, right? When you use a Wargo, or when you use a Cyan, or when you use Rose, yeah, you're going to hit hard. But then you got to modify and enhance, change your ammo. No, with brace items, you just put in a brand new plasma cartridge and bam, you're shooting yellow or gold globs, red globs, green globs. So that's what you got, and the damage is certainly going to scale really, really nicely. All right, let me get to this next one. A lot of new items today. Bionic mace. Collect your bionic hammers, your axe, your mace, your swords. We've got people now that are getting +6 damage because they've already collected all of the hammers, then it resets, then they collect the hammer and the axe, then it resets, then they collect the hammer, the axe, and the mace. And I think, 5-6 months ago, you guys look at these and you feel like, okay, it's a daunting task. And then a few Friday nights, you get some items, some bundles, you get some items, some packs. Next thing you know, your character has 6 more base and 6 more damage. It's big, big permanent stats. Blue Spark. Blue Spark just blew up. It got super, super popular in a short period of time. You guys figured out that it's a way to enrage without using it in rage. Oh, look at this. I love this. This is just in time, everybody. And here's what's cool. What happens every time we add a brand new grenade? That helps everybody out. So anytime there's a brand new grenade, well, first of all, you're probably going to look at that and say, oh boy, we are going to war. We are going to Crossfire. This is Thumper, and it's a D15 grenade. So now you got Yeller, which is 13. You got Plaid, which is 14. You got Thumper. So even though there's minor differences between these, look, don't go crazy and say, oh my God, my Plaids aren't worth anything. They're almost the same. One is slightly higher than the next one. But the nice thing about adding new grenades, even if they're just straight up damage grenades, not every grenade is going to have a gimmick. Not everything's going to silence you. Not everything is going to damage you over multiple turns, so on and so forth. Some are going to be direct damage. Thumper will go to the grenade bundle, and now that's 2 more grenades that somebody that gets a bundle is going to get for the same price as before. So the more grenades added, the more firepower those grenade bundles are worth. It helps everybody in the game. So there you go, 2 Thumpers. Iconic armor skins. Fury 4 potion. Oh, I know you like this one. This one came out last week. This is the Flux. It's AP3, but it kind of penetrates the seal and then hits you. So anybody that is sealed, it'll break that seal instantaneously, melts it, and then it goes in for direct damage. So got a lot of positive feedback with Flux. I know you guys like your Noir. And again, this is what Max does. Max makes you change your ammo. Like you got Noir, that is that's gets rid of immunity. You got Rojo, that's your firepower. You got Flux, that penetrates, breaks the shell. And then on the flip side, you got Brace, which is doing a whole lot of different stuff. Cosmos collection, there you go. That would be 5 Cosmos. And Jim, you are right there in that 2, 3, or 4 range. So you are certainly in the conversation. So all of these Cosmos are starting to close that gap, or can get you, hopefully, keep pushing to get securely in the second, maybe make a run at first. Red Summon Skins. Pet Revive. Oh, I got a feeling. Oh, there's the second Arc Relic. I got a feeling this is the last pet bundle that we put together. I see Ariel. I see Psycho. I see Repellent. I see Revive. Now I got a feeling there's a whole lot of red pets in store for you, Jim. And by a whole lot, I think every one of them. Let's see if I'm correct, because I know the Repellent, the Pet Revive, and the other things. There it is. We've got Red Ted, Red Paul, Red Aster, Red Nolan, Red Bert, Red Toxie, Red Blue, Red Homer, Red Preston. The biggest set of reds we've ever put together. This is the only box that has every single one of them up to date. Last week, I think there were 10. And now this is all 14 of them that are active. The one last week did not have Ted, Paul, Aster, or Nolan. So we added all of those. This likely could be the last time you're going to see all of these red pets in one place. So congratulations. It's a big, big grab. So good job, Jim. Phenomenal. And nothing wrong with having 2 or 3 of some of these, because 2 or 3 of these lets you, lets you play them without worrying that you're not going to be able to get it back. For that one big match, you can just kind of let it fly. And now that you guys can revive 2 pets, I think that's a big, help too. All right, so 1 box, 1 theme box. So we're on a roll. Lots of legendaries in this weekend event. I think in 24 total boxes, there are either 8 or 9 legendaries mixed in. So a little bit more than 1 in 3 boxes. Correct. You can res any 2 pets, and if you're Gina, you can res 3 pets because of the treasure map, because of that special ability. So let me remind you guys why these Cosmos are so important. The winner of this event, and the event will happen at the end of September, will be our next campfire event. The winner gets a special spell, a legendary spell that only their character can do. But you guys remember, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th place was pretty dang good too. A lot of unique weapons mixed in there that those players got that nobody else has. So we are still in the thick of it. Anybody can win the Cosmos. Anybody can still make top 10. All right, so Kel said Bonnie has box number 8. All right, box number 8 for B-Dub. Let's get some of these legends out of the way early, everybody. I want to see them in play. The people that are traveling, I want them to come back tomorrow and Monday and oh my goodness, I watched the playback and those items are ridiculous. All right, B-Dub, starting with pack number 1. Max Wax for the bow. Super strong. Silver skins. Remember, put those set of 10 skins together, start upgrading those weapons. Bonnie, no you didn't. Yes, she did. This is probably the most valuable long-term box. If this, in fact, is the Bionic skins, it'll have Bionics and also one of each of the skins. It is Prime Skin. This is the 3rd time we've had this box. Iconic skins, epic skins. You guys have seen it, but hard to get all these in one place. Red skins. Throw a TS-15 in there. Pet Revive. Look at that. We're also 2 for 2, everybody. Second box, and the second. So just soon as ARC starts catching up, Mir, right back there with their own 40 XP. 2 for 2, and this is the Bionic Skin box. Our second theme box of the day. Got some gold graph in there. There's 5 Cosmos. Oh, look at this. A brand new oh, I forgot to tell you guys about this. This is the battery for the new brace items. And instead of expiring at the end of the month, you still need one a week. It only has a weekly charge. But it will not go bad at the end of September. So when you collect these, September, October, November, this is a brace battery that will not go bad at the end of the month. So if you get 10 of these, you're still good. You don't have to trade them in for other items or just lose them out of your inventory. So brand new and swag grenade times 2. Second Mir relic, so B-Dub picking up 4,000 dead dimes. There's the Bionic Brain, Bionic Hammer, Bionic Axe, Mace, Sword, Onyx, Pearl, Sapphire, Teal, Bionic Red Thread, Neuro, and the Bionic Heart. So Bonnie running the table, more skins and more Bionics. So I can't wait to see her inventory and how it all matches up. But one step closer to another damage point, another base point, maybe taking that leap and getting ATT higher than everybody else. Today you're going to see the first ever ATT 17 weapons. So we got a couple players that are already using ATT 17. And Bonnie extending the lead for Mir. Extending the lead for Mir with the 40 XP. All right, so who do we have up next, Kel? I think we have Julia and then Valar. All right, Julia has box number 3. All right, Julia. Based on the odds, you are due for a legendary, but we've gotten theme packs, so they're like legend box 2. All right. Julia Mew starting out with number 1. And box number 3. Starting out with Thumper. Brand new grenades, and they are the hardest hitting single grenades in the game. They are D15. Gold Armor Wax. We saw it last week. Big stats increased. It helped a couple people out in their matches significantly. There's brand new ammo. There's the Flux for Julia. Until somebody just fizzles it. You guys want to know something else that's super cool? This is why I think it's so important to embrace Max and Brace. Because, Julia, for example, if someone fizzles your Rojo and then they fizzle your Noir and you got a Buzz Blaster, there's nothing wrong with equipping 2 different types of guns. So you can have one gun that uses gels and another gun that uses bullets. And it's going to be hard to take everything out of the game if you truly gear yourself for weaponry and look at it from that perspective, where you always got something to fall back on. You know, even if it's a brace pistol, you may want to have like a max version of one and a brace version of one. So you can go plasmas or bullets. Just kind of food for thought. It always keeps you sort of with something to fall back on. Mirror socket. Enrage 3 potion. Bionic red thread. Potion triple XP. Magic Mike. I got a feeling, I said this last week, but I got a feeling Magic Mike is going to be more of a factor, especially with Rod out there, the Roadrunner. Look at that. How about some brand new green globs? Now, here's the thing. The globs only work in the new brace weaponry. So the brace pistol still uses the plasma, still uses the gels. These globs only work in the new brace weapons, and you will see them. They're not going to be super scarce. You're going to get the opportunity to get them. But you can't just put these things in anything. And the weapons hit a lot harder too. And that is 2 green globs. Now, what does it do? Remember when you guys would fire that green, it would do like D2 and give you like H5? These are double. This is a 10-point heal. This is equivalent to like your heal and seal. So it's not just going to give you that little bit of kickback. It's going to give you a reasonable heal every time you fire it. If you want to go out there like Matt Dillon on Gunsmoke and you want to start firing green globs, it's going to give you that effect of a shaman. So you're going to get that constant healing kickback. So you can switch it up with different types of globs, or you can just load up and say, I'm just going to kind of hit you and hit you and hit you and just always do these self-heals because I got these green globs and I'm going to make myself impossible to kill. 5 Cosmos for the assassin. Glyph of Wind. That is your armor pen. I know Julia likes those wind glyphs. Max meta, H4 or D4. Proxy bombs. There's that plaid, D14. Oh, look at this. First legend of the day. There you go, Julia. Bringing home the first legend. There he is. He's a bad, bad man. All right. So let me tell you how good of a pet this is. He's scary, but he's scary, scary good. And I almost want to use kind of the analogy of an earthworm. Ted is the ultimate essence thief. He goes underground. He can't be mustard bombed because he's underground. So here's the way this works. And you can use him in a singles match. You can use him in a doubles match. You can use him in faction wars. So here's the way this plays. So Julia, let's say you're 4-on-4. Let's say it's an all-star game, right? And Julia, B-Dub, and Father Ron, and Deadly Dimes are all on an all-star team. And on the other side, we got Will, and we got Ray, and we got Moonshot, and we got Busy Bee. So Julia starts out the match and says, Defender. And she plays Unted, the legendary. Now, what's cool about a legendary pet? You can play other pets. So it doesn't hamper your ability to play other pets. So Julia starts out and she says defender. Unted goes underground and he pops up and bites the defender. And then he goes back underground and he gives that essence to her defender. And then her next turn, she picks another target. And she says, tank. And he goes back underground and he goes over and he bites that tank for 10%. And then he goes underground and he comes over and he gives that essence to your tank. And then the next turn, she says, bomber. And he goes underground and he hits the bomber for 10%. And then he comes back over and he gives your bomber 10%. And then she says rover. And last but not least, he goes over, hits their rover, and gives your rover 10%. So he cannot be mustard bombed. He cannot be killed. And he only goes away after he has affected every target on the map. That's why he's legendary. So he will ultimately end up doing 40 damage and 40 essence, but to 4 different players. If you're in doubles, it's the same thing. You play Unted, he goes over, hits your opponent for 10, he comes back, and you'll pick one player, and then you'll pick who gets that essence. So ultimately, he would hit 4 people. Damage, essence heal, damage, essence heal. It's 10 points. It's not, 30, 40, 50. It doesn't count. Remember, essence does not count as a heal. So, you could I-ring him, correct? You could dodge him. You can't kill him. You could prevent the damage. You can't kill him. So you can certainly use your allotment of spells. You could fly, and you would avoid it as well. There's ways to mitigate some of those hits, but he's just going to go to his next target. So yes, if everybody on your team flies, and everybody, here's what I would say. The beauty of Unted is he's not so strong that most people are going to use an eye ring on him, right? He's very persistent. But by the time he's done what he's meant to do, it's a big, big deal. So it's gradual enough that makes it just a consistent good thing to have. So, I love him. He's going to work beneath the surface. Get it? All right. And meanwhile, your team is just gaining little by little by little. And don't underestimate the impact of what 10 and 10 will do here or there. I mean, 40 damage and 40 heals for something that's just going to kind of work in the shadows. Huge, huge advantage. And he's a legendary, so he doesn't prevent. Now, there is a way to make him disappear that I'm not going to go through right now. But you guys can think about it, probably figure it out. Nothing is foolproof. But for the most part, he's going to be a great, great pet. There is a thing. Vox times 2. Vox Relic. Julia. Getting the Vox Relic. So it does look like Ark is going to pick up another 20 XP. And we've got Silver Spark, Elixir of Turbo, Bionic Torso Sapphire, Platinum Skins, QWERTY. All right, you guys, a few people saw the spoiler on this, the sneak peek. Jim even made a little joke a little bit ago with my brand new grenade. That was pretty good, Jim. The QWERTY grenade is it's a game changer. It is something that you're going to have to plan for. It is something that you're going to have to use resources to stop. On impact, it will silence its target. It's not a smoke. It's not a smoke to be unholied. So, when you hit your opponent with a QWERTY grenade, and this is big, this is why I wanted people to tune into the stream today and tomorrow. Exactly. Blue, I would say if there is a target that you're going to want to use blue on, it's probably this. Because I do want to emphasize, pets are voice activated. Legendaries are voice activated. Abilities are voice activated. So if you get hit with a QWERTY, you're not summoning a pet, you're not using an ability for your class, and you're not activating a legendary. If you do get hit by QWERTY, and you are silenced for a turn, you are immune to silence the rest of the match. Chills, silence, stasis, where you're stuck in place by specific items, psychedelic effects, those are all one time and done. Sleep arrows. You can't spam silence on a target over and over and over again. You can't spam chill. You can't spam sleep on a target. So, if you don't stop it, then you're going to take the damage. So Jonathan wants to know, do I still make Walking Dead videos? So Jonathan, I don't think I've made Walking Dead videos in some time. Now, do I do Walking Dead streams? Yes. But I gave up on the 10-minute random topic videos of Walking Dead a long, long time ago. But do we do live streams? Certainly. And will we be at the front and center of Walking Dead when the show's back on and it's relevant again? Absolutely. But there's just not a lot of info that's different that's out there right now for us to talk about. And our channel is really dialogue driven. So as we get closer and closer to October, we will be back on our normal schedule of Sunday night countdowns, Sunday night reactions, Tuesday night recaps, Thursday night bold predictions. So absolutely. I kind of wanted to answer your question, but really talk about how our channel sort of evolved. All right, any questions about the QWERTY grenade? On impact. Absolutely. And you know, Jonathan, I mean, I'll throw a stream together every week or every 2 weeks as well. If there's something relevant or people just, you know, anxious and they got stuff they want to talk about. So, I mean, certainly we'll do that as well, but we're not going full force yet until there's a little bit more hype and a little bit more buzz. But certainly as we get right around the corner from October, we're going to be right there. Some of your groups, some of your factions are going to ask the question, and they are going to waste unholy smoke on this. Please get the word out that if this grenade hits, it does silence the target. Upon impact. It's a big, big deal. And I got a feeling, and Julia, you're the first one that has them. So technically, that does give you a small strategic advantage. There will be more of them. I'm not going to have, 2 people go into the tournament with the only 2 people that have silencing grenades. But having a few of these would not be a bad thing. I would anticipate they will, they're going to be in a grenade bundle, obviously. So they are in the grenade bundles as of now. So some people will get them that way. I would anticipate it will, 1 turn. It's a 1-turn silence. Hey, it doesn't put them to sleep. It doesn't stop them from attacking. So when you're silenced, you can still drink a Fury 4. You can still throw a grenade. You can still shoot a weapon. You can still attack. You just can't voice activate abilities, legendaries, or call on your pets. Correct. And remember, your legendaries don't stop working. If you have a legendary that gives you a bonus, if it's a passive legendary, that doesn't stop. It's just stuff that you have to activate. Rings are activated. Masks are activated. So, cool. And likely this will be in a bundle too. So, everybody's going to have the opportunity to get it. Bionic Torso Onyx. Bionic Axe. Second Vox Relic. Post-Battle Pet Revive. Look at Julia picking up the Cyan. Cyan. AR-15, Julia. Bionic Hammer. Sizzle Bombs, and finishing out with a Aqua. So, wow. So we got some new Bray stuff, legendary pet, brand new grenades, and a Cyan. And she has a Cyan. Well, you know what? Julia, get on the trading block. There you go. See, I didn't have to tell her. She's like, who needs Cyan? Give me a ruby. All right, there's our first legendary of the weekend, everybody. Congratulations, Julia. All right, Kel, who do we have up next? We got Valar. All right, Valar and box number, what box? 14? All right, Valar, where are we going to start? And also, Valar, if you can get Arc relics, Mirror and Arc are super, super close for the race for number 1. So if you get a regular relic, you might be a little behind. But if you get a Arc relic, you might catapult into first place. All right, she's picking number 4. Oh my goodness, you know what? That's a pretty good pick. How about the first ever, it's not legendary, but it doesn't need to be. How about this guy? First ever Noxie right out of the gates for Valar. All right, I only told you half of what Noxie does. This is why he's so good. So let me give you the other half. So when Noxie comes into play, he heals deadly venom of a target and also wakes any sleeping targets. Heals deadly venom of your choice and wakes up the sleeping target, any sleeping target. So if there's 3 people that are asleep, you play Noxie. Let's say Jim is under the effects of red toxie and Julia's been put to sleep. You play Noxie. Jim no longer has deadly venom and Julia's awake. 2 for 1 shot. He is a summon, is activated, does not damage anybody. He just plays loud music and heals something. Not going to hit a target for any damage. He is a defensive, recuperating pet. And a very, very good one, I might add. You certainly would love to have this guy in your stable. Not going to be probably an everyday play, but certainly when your back's against the wall and you got that one teammate all the way across the room and they're just getting hammered and they can't seem to get rid of deadly venom, then you just drop Noxie and it goes straight to them, heals their deadly venom. It can heal you. Now, it only heals 1 deadly venom target, but it wakes up every target that is asleep. So, Psycho is one way to deal with sleep arrows. Noxie. Remember, sleeping targets always wake up when they take damage. But you can't damage your own teammate. Remember, we took that, I'm going to shoot my teammate with an arrow and wake them up. We took that out of play. So, but if your opponent puts a target to sleep and then they hit them, well, they wake them up. So what's kind of the point of putting them to sleep except to try to get them to skip a turn? Well, this will allow you to wake up that very important person. It'll wake up any person. If somebody's asleep on the other team, if 4 players are asleep, Noxie comes into play playing loud music for everybody. It wakes up the dead. Not literally. But that is the first ever Noxie. We rolled him out last week. Nobody got him last week. Swap Smoke. Swap Smoke, still super important in game. And also, if you got some items that you want to trade up, maybe you got a ton of a certain type of smoke, and you want a vial smoke, or you want a brand new max seal smoke, this gives you the ability to trade regular seal smokes for max seal smokes. But it's a 2 for 1. So you got to use the swap, the seal, and then you get the brand new potion or smoke. Prime Armor Skins. Hello, Rocket. I see you. Bionic Torso Teal. Ah, she got the Mirror Relics. Did not get the Arc, but you are still going to get 20 XP for Arc. Still pretty close. Still pretty close. Bionic Torso Pearl. I know Amy needs those like crazy. She's like 1 or 2 short of leveling up with pearls. Max Graph. Hybrid 9s. Fury 4 Potion. Ammo Flux. We've seen that a couple times today. Post-Battle Pet Revive. Leech Bombs. Still super, super strong. 5 Cosmos. Vial Smoke. Bionic Sword. 4th part in that collection. Look at this. All right. So I have to tell you, we're not getting rid of purple effects. But I got something really, really cool to announce for purple effects. There is now a spreadsheet of 20 possible things that purple effects can do. So to a degree, you're going to start to learn some of the potential things that can happen. Now, they are going to be worse. But here's the trade-off. Because I am not going to deplete items from your inventory, you may throw a TS-15 with 5 big reds attached to it to your teammate. It will not come out of your inventory. Things are going to happen, and they're going to happen in a big, big way. It is not going to personally penalize your inventory. Pets are going to be used. Items are going to be consumed. Things are going to happen when you are under the effect of purple. You're going to be reckless. Purple will be a factor in matches. But they're not going to be more on the fly, kind of doing it as we go, that potentially could hurt one team more than the other. It'll be from a spreadsheet of 20. Now, you still might sit on a BT7 and launch yourself up on top of the roof, but that will be something that is already predetermined that could happen to you, which means your opponent will have the same odds if you do purple that the exact same thing happens to them. Does that make sense? Do you guys kind of get the gist of how I want purple effects to play out? I don't want it to be like, okay, well, kills made one person drop a grenade, and then the other person, I had to shoot them with AP Rojo. So I don't want those effects to be. And the other thing, I don't want you to make the decision of whether or not you're going to attack or whether or not you're going just to wait to see if a purple effect affects you. This is what usually happens with a purple effect. I'm under the effect of purple. I'm going to just drop a seal smoke. Or I'm going to take this round off. Oh, it didn't affect me this turn? All right, well, I guess I got to take next round off. It helps you and hurts you equally. So now you're going to kind of do something that the dice command. You're not going to do what you command. And again, once you are under the effect of purple, you cannot be under the effect of purple again. And if you don't want to be under the effect of a purple, I would psycho it. That will probably be the next t-shirt. S-T-S. Psycho that stuff. Psycho that shot. How about that? Or immune. I think some people are going to want to use immune elixirs. Again. Oh man, and Gina, I got a pet for you as well. Well, Gina, we'll be back. We're going to do a continuation of the box opening tomorrow because I know Dimes couldn't be here and there's a few other people. So we will still have our 4 o'clock stream. So we're going to open what was already pre-decided today, and then there's going to be some people that are going to want to, I think, when they see a couple of the items as well. And any boxes that weren't reserved will be a part of the opportunity to reserve those tomorrow. So you guys know, if you don't get Euclid today, it'll still be in one of the boxes tomorrow. Immune cannot be taken during the match. So once somebody, if you're immune and somebody hits you with no R, So what it means, Moonshot, you're not going to control your next move. If something was previously done, now look, if you have a bull out and I roll the dice and that die roll says summon Toxie, well then I guess you just lucked out, right? Because you got a bull out. Or if you have Aster out, you have a defensive pet out, and the die roll says that you're going to summon Percy to hit your teammate, it ain't going to be good. I can tell you that. Nothing good is going to happen from your die roll. There will be 20 things that are detrimental to your team. Some worse than others. All right, so that is the brand new purple glob. Now again, you can only use the purple glob in the brand new ATT 17 brace guns that we've not seen yet. So far we've seen 3 different glob cubes. Now they come in sets of 2. We haven't seen anybody get anything to fire them yet. Bionic Heart, Silver Spark, Mustard Bombs, 2 of those for your pets. Mustard Bombs, big play lately. Bionic Neuro Thread, Max Meta, Blue Spark, Bionic Elbow Thread, Bionic Wild Card, always good. And oh, look at this, very nice. Speak of the goodness, and look at this. Valar will be the first person. Oh, she got to get a battery. She's got to get a battery to plug into it. But that is the BB10, and it does stand for a brand new reborn Buzz. It is the Buzz Buster 10. It is a D10 that can use any one of those plasmas, Valar. This will still use any battery. So, Valar, if you have a battery from the month of August, you can use it already. I don't know your inventory. Or if you get the brand new fall battery, then you're good. But remember, batteries last a week. So, if you get one of these new guns, all brace guns run on batteries now. So at a minimum, you guys are going to need to get a hold of 4 batteries per month. So if somebody gets them that's not using them, you need to get a hold of them. Check your inventory and then put the word out that you got one of these high-powered guns. You need to make a deal for some batteries. Lotto, pick 6. Mirror Relic, Max Seal Smoke. We rolled this out this week. Awesome smoke. Has no range, so that is great. You can cast this on your teammates. Bionic Axe, and finishing off the box with a mirror socket. So, Valar, I think you did pretty well. Brand new Buzz Blaster, the BB10. Brand new purple globs. And awesome new pet that was rolled out last week that nobody got. So brand new Noxie. So you got some really good defense. You got some seals. I think based just on the last week, there is more to think about in the game than you guys imagine. It is ATT 17, Bonnie. The brand new brace guns are ATT 17. So there's a handful of people that can use them. There will be more people that can use them next week. And I would also say it's probably a good time for you to everybody to start checking your threads and checking your wild cards. There's going to be a few more that are going to be able to use them next week, but some of you are only a few threads away. Some of you are pretty lucky because your faction bought either a bundle or a box that had some threads and had some different pieces. That's the only way you can give them away. So if you pick up a bundle that has wild cards or threads or any bionic parts, the leader of the faction can assign where they want those to go. But if you have a lot of them, you can't give them to somebody. So far today, as good as the items that I've rolled out given to you guys, I do want to highlight one thing. It does bring the focus back on this. See, that's the one, it's not a drawback, but it's the one caveat to brace. If you're going to use brace items, you need batteries, and you really, because it's a stronger item, it's going to require you to be a stronger player. So I would want to have a Rose and a Buzz Blaster. I would want both of those weapons. Because there's so much good ammo with Rose. And not just Rose. Rose because I want to stack it and make it an AP3. But it's not just about getting Rose. You can get Ruby, you can have Cyan, you can have Olive, any of those. So let me take Rose out of there, because then people are going to be disappointed. It's like, I don't have this legendary. It's not just about the legendaries. I would want to have Olive and Buzz Blaster. Those two items. Because it's always going to give me the ability to do most of what I want to do. Even if an opponent is playing very defensive, I can still spruce up my AP with the Buzz Blaster. I can still go stronger AP. The strongest AP that you're going to be able to do in the game right now would be with a Rose Legendary, with an Olive, a Ruby, and a Cyan attached to it to give it a +3 modifier for AP, and then use a Rojo. You could do upwards of 15, 16, 17 AP if you're a very, very geared player, which is a one-shot for a lot of people. On the flip side, the best AP that you're going to be able to do with a Buzz Blaster is going to be about 3, 4. And then you add your modifiers to it, which is going to put you about 10 or 11. But still, I wouldn't use the Buzz Blaster as my first resource, but if somebody's taking my main weapon out, then my secondary weapon should at least give me some versatility. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, let's we've got, is that 4 boxes? 4 boxes, awesome. So, yeah, you know what? It's been a casual stream. We're not taking a break. We're going to keep on going because most of us are drinking anyway. So if you guys don't mind like an occasional slurp here or there, we're just going to roll through it. So let's get Kel. Kel, you haven't went yet. Let's get Kel, then the Twisted Sisters, and then B-Dub. Kel, the Twisted Sisters, and then B-Dub. All right. Kel says box number 11. All right, Kel, box number 11 goes to you. And let me know where you want to start out. Sometimes it's 15, sometimes it's the high number. She mixes it up occasionally, not often, but occasionally. Starting out with 15. Glyph of stone. Glyph of stone, another way to build up your base. All right, Kel, you ready for this? Here we go. Starting out with number 1. Good luck. Bionic sword. 5 cosmos. Battery for the fall. There you go. There's some people already out there that need batteries. Kel. Could be possible trade material, or maybe you'll get a brace pistol or something. Vox box. Max arrow, super effective arrow. Drain AP1. This is a set of 2. So if your team really zooms in and starts firing rust arrows at somebody, it's going to drain that AP quickly and boost your team. Mirror socket. Essence smoke. Blue spark. Plaid grenades ×2. Post-battle pet revive. Oh, look at this. Back-to-back brace buzz blasters. Kel getting on the board. What's all the buzz about? Wow. And Kel got the battery. Although she probably had an August battery, but there is the battery for fall. It has a good shelf life. Again, only lasts for 1 week. But it has a week's worth of usage. But all of the ones you get stay good for 3 months. Max meta. Oh, man. So what we do is we take this brace blaster and we apply this max meta to it, and we make it a D14. A D14 that can shoot globulin. Wow, that is going to be ridiculous. Oh, and let's put a magma glyph on it too. Oh, you know what, Kel? We might even get a scope. What? So we can put a max meta, we can put a magma, and then we can add a scope to it. Mace. Bionic mace. Anger elixir. Heal and seal. Stellar skins. Max glyph. Or you can put a max glyph on if you'd like. Vox relic. So mirror keeping that slight lead. $20 XP, and Kel's going to get 2,000 dead dimes. Magic Mike. Frost. Red Pet skins. Bionic Torso Onyx. 5 Cosmos. Kel's up there in the top 5 in Cosmos collection too. Bionic Shoulder Thread. Onyx skins. Second box relic. Summon Marty. All right. We got Marty in the house. What does Marty do? You guys probably remember from last night. Instant disarm. You got that nice pet out there. Your legendary pet. Marty will instant disarm. Somebody's fizzling, one of your teammates or yourself. You play Marty. I mean, Marty is a defensive instant pet. So you got Psycho as a DI, Marty as a DI, and Blue as a DI. And finishing out the box with some Max Graph. So, good stuff there, Kel. Got the blaster. Mir just took another big step. ATT 17. Kel just got a little bit more lethal with that Buzz Blaster. All right, Kel, who do we have up next? I think we have Twisted Sisters and then B-Dub, and then we'll get Gemstone. We got some singles lined up. We got a super, super close race for the faction leads. Mir with a slight lead. All right, Twisted Sisters. All right, Twisted Sisters with box 12. Are they going to get the legendary Armageddon Doom? B-Dub going 1 to 15. Amanda 16 to 30. All right, we're going to start out with pack number 1. It's a pretty good start. Go ahead and stock them up. Remember, these globs are in packs of 2. That is green glob, and that is the strongest healing kickback in the game. That's a H10 kickback. Mir Socket. TS15. QWERTY. Bonnie getting on the board with them silencing grenades. Watch out. A lot of use for those QWERTY grenades. You can use it as a bluff to get people to play their blues, or you can use it till you hit your target. Arc Spark times 2. Sly Relic. All right. Looks like Mir, either way, is going to pick up another 20 XP. We'll see how the dead dimes are split up. So that's 1,000 dead dimes for B-Dub. Oh, look at that. The rich Cosmos getting richer. Our leader got 5 more. That was a big, big pull right there. Keep extending that lead. So Bonnie, could have been Amanda that got those 5 Cosmos. Bonnie actually edging out the lead a little bit more. Bionic Elbow Thread. Summon Trey. Swap Smoke. Wild card, any tier 2 item. So there are no armor boxes this week, but there are probably a couple of these spread out in the boxes. Max Glyph. Silver Spark. What the actual... Okay. There's a double Cosmos. That is shocking. Bonnie with 10 Cosmos. Oh, heck yeah. That legendary spell's looking good, Bonnie. 10 Cosmos in this box. And finishing out the first half with some Bionic Torso. Big, big Cosmos pull. Definitely looking good to get that legendary spell ability. And it will be unique if she gets it, nobody else in game. I guess this was a Cosmos box. Who knew? All right, Amanda. Second half. Plaid Grenades times 2. Bionic Torso Pearl. Sly Relic, so Amanda will get 1,000 dead dimes. Bionic Sword. Arc Amethyst. Prime Armor Skins. Bionic Neuro Thread. Repellent Smoke. Oh, look at this. Oh, Amanda's got a gun. It's a KP-10. It is Karis Plasma Pistol. You got the Buzz Blaster and you got the Karis plasma pistol for name only. It doesn't shoot plasma. It actually shoots globs. So the first ever KP10. This is to combat your Max 10s. And this is a huge, huge upgrade from any of the brace pistols in the past. This is the Cleric Signature Edition. It is a D10 pistol that also fires your choice of globs. Get a hold of those globs. We haven't seen them all yet. There's some really, really good ones in store. Pet Revive. Bionic Hammer. Magic Mike ×2. Bionic Wildcard. Vox Ruby and bonus XP Elixir. So, double Cosmos and picking up a tier 2 piece. Also, the KP10. First ever. There's a couple of them in the boxes. But Amanda has definitely got her hands on hers. All right. Kel, who do we have up next? Do we have B-Dub back in the house? All right, B-Dub has box number 1. All right. Load them up. I know there's a lot of good items, but I know B-Dub wants that Rose AR-15. And I know there's a Rose AR-15 in one of these boxes. So, good luck, because Rose and Maxine and whew. Let's see. Let's see if it happens right here, right now. B-Dub kicking it off, box number 1 and pack number 1. But Doom would be a nice consolation. Pet Revive. HB3 cluster grenades. Hellfire and Brimstone. Stun bombs. Repellent smoke. Max Arrow. There's the Plum Edition. Good job. Oh, look at this. Here it is. V-Dub keeping the hot streak going. She got a mirror. She picked her mirror relic earlier. She picked a Cosmos box. And now she picks the mirror relic again. It's going to be another 40 XP for mirror. They are making their move toward level 2. Rojo ammo ×2. Lotto grenades ×2. Max Graph. TS-15s ×2. Mirror socket. Summon Noxie. Very nice. The second Noxie we've seen. So we saw Valar get one, and now B-Dub picking one up. There are only a couple of those in the boxes. I know that for a fact. So if you get a hold of one of these this weekend, you're one of the first. Very, very sweet defensive pet. I would want to own one. Bane Sword. Brand new Bane Sword. It is a D14. Wow. More arrows. The Nerf arrows in this box. 2-pack of arrows. We got Onyx Skins. Fury 4. Bionic Torso Onyx. Another Cosmos for B-Dub. Keep on adding. Ruby. I don't even know which ones you have. But there is another AR-15. B-Dub, do you have the Ruby? Or is that one step closer? It's not the Rose, but if you're missing one, I'm sure that Ruby will get it for you. I'll put it that way. Hopefully she doesn't have it. All right, we've got Bionic Heart, Essence Smoke, Heal and Seal, Bionic Hammer, Bionic Red Thread, Bonus XP Elixir, Swag Grenades, Bionic Mace, Stout Elixir, Mirror Relic number 2, and finish it off with a Bionic Torso Sapphire. That is box number 1, everybody. The Noxie Pet, and of course the Ruby AR-15. There's only a couple of them out there. I don't know if B-Dub has one of them, but she has it. So, well, I'll say this. I don't think there's more than 3 out there, and B-Dub kind of has a monopoly on it. So either she's going to keep it, play a little bit of checkmate, or Rose is still out there. Or maybe some of the trades will ramp up and get super, super active. And we still got a few more boxes to open, so who knows? Anybody has a chance. All right, we've got, I think we've got Jim, we got Mir, and then we got a box of singles. And then we got a partial box of singles. And I think we'll carry that over for tomorrow. So we've got, Kel, we have 3 more to go, right? And once again, we don't have to go through all of these boxes tonight, so it's not going to be like last call or whatever the case may be. This is a 24-box event, so all of these boxes will be part of tomorrow's event at 4 o'clock. Just pick a different number, because obviously those numbers that have been opened today will already be booked. So, Kel, we have 3 to go. Is that correct? Yay? I think so. Anyway, all right. We're going to open up the next box. Yes, correct. All right, Jim. Box number 6. And where do you want to start? You want to start with 16? Triple dimes in. So, Julia, Doom is like the ultimate gamble. But worst case scenario, it's going to hit for 20. But it has a chance to kill anything. It's always that chance. All right, Jim is box 6, pack number 16. Good luck, Jim. So here's the overview of what I know is mixed in the 24 boxes. Doom, Rose, Bounty Band, Euclid, something else. Cortex. So there's a lot of legendaries in these boxes. And she's pulling for Rose. All right, let's go box number 16. Mirror Socket. Close, but not quite the same as Rose. All right, Mirror Socket. Let's rapid fire these. Let me make sure I got pictures of. Yep. All right, here we go. Good luck. Red Toxie. Repellent Smoke. More pets for Jim. Stout Elixir. Bionic Torso Onyx. Blue Spark. Sly Relic. Sly Relic. So it looks like Arc is going to get another 20 XP, keeping them at a little bit of a distance. Pet Revive. Summon Mac. Mustard Bombs ×2. Bionic Axe. Enrage 3 Potion. QWERTY grenades. Jim getting on the board with the brand new grenade. So I think that's the third time we've seen it. I think Julia has 2. I think Jim has 2. And I think B-Dub has 2. 5 Cosmos for Jim. Sizzle bombs. Swag grenades. Bionic foot thread. Plaid grenades. Bionic wildcard. Swap smoke. Oh, very nice. This is the second ever. We had one last week. Congratulations. Jim Stone. That is, I think that's your second piece of CROSSFIRE gear. I know you got one in the bundle this week. There's 3 pieces out there, and this is the second person to get the helmet. And that is Limbo's helmet, and that is tier 2.5. Everybody's tier 2.5. This CROSSFIRE gear is going to be exactly what you need going into CROSSFIRE Cliffs. And it is going to fit perfectly for a couple of months. So tier 2 is still phenomenal. Likely, a lot of people will probably have half tier 2 pieces and half CROSSFIRE. It is okay to mix match these. In fact, I recommend it because this CROSSFIRE helm is the best. Yes, it is the best helmet in the game. Second Sly Relic. Bionic Mace. Elixir Turbo. Chill and Thrill Smoke. Seal Smoke. Max Seal Smoke, by the way. Max Graphene. Max Arrow. That's the blue Nerf arrow. Max Meta. Whole lot of Max out there. Where's all this Brace stuff? And a PvP Arcanite gem. Very good. Nobody has full Arcanite gems, by the way. So, they're still very, very scarce. So congratulations to Jim picking up very, very valuable CROSSFIRE helm. The 2 people that have them, I think, are Amy and Jim now. Best PvE helmets in the game. So, great mix today. Legendaries, new items, new upgrades for Brace, and of course, that CROSSFIRE armor. Don't discount that stuff. All right, so I've got Kel. Who do we have next? A mirror and then a singles, I think. All right, so we got a mirror box. What's up, Chuck? Good to see you, man. All right. You said mirror was going 13? Not 1. Not 12, but 13. All right. Mirror with box 13, and these are all going into the mirror bank. So the Bionics would have been super, super cool, right? One sec. Let me check my pictures here. All right, we're caught up. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay, so for legendaries, B-Dub, I guess we'll assign those. How about relics? Kel, I don't know who purchased the mirror box. If it was you, Bonnie. So how are the other items split up? All right, you and Bonnie. So, again, how do we want to, you want to split Bonnie top half, you bottom half? For items that can't go into the mirror bank? If you guys are just tuning in, we are doing a special pack opening. A lot of us are drinking, so we still got another box, and we got some singles to open up. All right, so Bonnie top half, Kel bottom half. All right, lucky 13, good luck to the Mirror faction. Bionic Hammer, Potion, Spectate, TS15, Vox Relic, not the Mirror, but they are going to walk away with another 20 XP, and B-Dub adding another 1,000 to her dead dime total. Clone Smoke for the Mirror Bank. Oh, look at this. There it is. There is the... Now, I mean, that could have been traded anyway, but we do know that we have Kel with the Buzz Blaster, and we got Amanda with the pistol. So there are the D10 red globs. So, if you're wondering how these plasmas are doing their damage, that's how they're doing their damage. Because they're awesome stats on those globs. Proxy bombs. Plaid grenades times 2. Platinum skins. 5 See, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I wanted you guys to pick. Oh my, Bonnie, I don't know what it is about Cosmos today. So the split box she had with Amanda, she got the Cosmos. There was a box that had 2 Cosmos, she got that Cosmos. And the box she just split with Kel, she got that Cosmos. Crazy stuff. Pet Revive. Leech Bombs. Second Vox Relic. So Bonnie gets all of the dead dimes. Mirror gets all 20. Summon Jolt. Brand new pet, everybody. Brand new pet. No one has it, but the Mirror Bank has it. And see, here's what's sneaky about that. They can assign it to any player, and you guys don't know who has it. See, if Bonnie would have gotten it, you guys would have said, okay, well, Bonnie has this Jolt pet. She's the only one that has it. Now, they could give it to Nixie, or Julie J, or Fly Rod, or Kel. So you don't even know where it's coming from. Okay, so here's the thing with Jolt. And occasionally we put items in the game that are going to make you go, what? And this is one of those items. The first item I did that with, I think, was Clyde. And you guys remember Clyde wrecking everybody, but then a couple people figured out, like, well, wait a minute, Clyde can break some seals and be effective. Jolt comes into play and deals 5 deadly venom to every player on the board. So every player will be poisoned by deadly venom. Your players, their players, every single player. So now everybody has to figure out a plan to heal themselves. Now, there's a lot of situations where this can be a strong, strong play. For example, let's say 2 of your players are already under the effect of deadly venom. Now you could play Jolt and you get a 4 versus 2 overall net gain. Or let's say that you're playing a team and they're tapped out as far as heals. You drop this because you know your team has a way to deal with it. Or let's say you got some cooldowns and your opponent doesn't, and you drop this and you prevent it. There's a lot of ways that these Armageddon type pets can be useful. I'll let you figure out the rest of how to play it, but I just wanted to throw that out there. Jolt is going to the mirror bank. By the way, they're the only person that has it. So you might figure out a way to play it, but you don't have it and they do. So mirror, congratulations. Second half of the box, and there's the lotto. That'll go in. So Kel, she's already gotten the Cosmos and both of the relics, so I don't know if there's anything else that'll be in here that won't go into the bank. So we'll just rapid fire open these. Max Seal Smoke. Whoa, very nice. Look at that. Fly Rod might be knocking on somebody's door. Hello? Mirror Bank. This is me, Fly Rod. I'd love to have that Obsidian Shield. Ouch. Immune Elixir. Just got more powerful. Max Wax Bullets. Repellent Smoke for the pets. Flight Smoke. Colada Grenades. Max Scope. There's your D5 Scope. A couple new weapons. Some people are going to need that. Hybrid 9s. Flame Grenades. Bionic Mace. Mirror Socket. Bionic Torso Onyx. And finishing it out with a Heal Brew. All right, quick snapshots for the Mirror faction. Congratulations. Nice replenishment. And not only nice replenishment, if you look at the scope, for example, the shield, there's relevant items. And Amanda is on shot number 3. See, that's the thing, Amanda. I don't know what the equivalent of this Casamigos and Club Soda is, but I would assume it's about 6 shots. And it's still got some ice in there. Not completely gone. So I think this has been it's kind of been a Mirror and Arc show tonight, I think. I'm just double checking. Yep, this has pretty much been a 2-faction display, Mirror and Arc. Well, you know what? Maybe they'll catch the playback. And if not, then it's probably going to be some surprises over the next couple weeks. So we will mix it up because I think there were some singles in there. So Kel, let's do this box of singles, and then, as I said, I know there are a couple people. Rocket was moving today, and she popped in just for a little bit. I know Dimes told Kel she wanted to join the stream tomorrow. So we'll get some other factions represented, hopefully. If not, it's going to be a short tournament, I think. So let's get the singles in play. All right, here we go. Singles box, we got Will, Bones, and Fly Rod. And Kel says, box number 9. Is Will going to Armageddon it? I don't even know if Will's here. Will drank so many margaritas earlier. I saw Chuck. Do we have any Sly in the house? Will? Ocean Man, Amy, Sly, going once. Will has the first 21. All right. Chuck, can you screenshot this and give it to your faction? If not, they're going to have to watch the playback. I wouldn't screenshot. I'd make them watch an hour and a half of playback. I'm joking. But they really should if they want the descriptions of the items. Anyway. All right, so we've got 1 to 21 is Will. And I'm just going to go rapid fire. Ghost smoke. Repellent smoke. Epic. Okay, you know what? Will can most certainly use that. That is an epic wild card and probably one of the best things that he could get, because he still needs a couple of the battle epic pieces. So that's an immediate upgrade right there. 5 Cosmos for Will. Swag grenades ×2. Flight smoke. Look at that. Will with a brand new ATT-17 pistol. So far today we've had 2 of the Buzz Blasters and 2 of the KP-10s. So those first 7 packs are pretty legit, because just the epic piece of gear. There's Ocean Man. What's up, Ray? Look at your partner. Look what he's bringing home. Brand new plasma pistol. Now make sure you let Will know it can only shoot the brand new globs. Wow, there's a Pine Arrow 2 ×2. Wow, Will. There you go. All right, ready made. Will has the KP-10 and the D10 globs. You guys figure out the damage on that? That's D20. The game just started hitting hard, everybody. Blue Spark, Vox Ruby, Arc Emerald. Will getting the Mirror Relic. All right, Will getting Sly on the board. That is going to be 10 XP for Will and 1,000 dead dimes, or 10 XP for Sly. Frost Grenades ×2. Unholy Smoke. Bionic Heart. Bionic Torso Onyx. Glyph of Wind. Lotto Grenade. Onyx Skins. And finishing it out for Will is going to be Max Wax Bullets. Max Wax Bullets. Now, can't use Max Wax on your brace items, but you can equip a Max item and a brace item. All right, so Will, that's the first 21, and we've got Bones with the next 5. So it'll be 22 to 26, and Fly Rod 27 to 30. All right, so these next 5 will go to Amy. Mirror Relic. So Sly will get the full 20. Wow, Fly Rod would have gotten a hold of that. That would have been more points for Mirror, and it would have doubled up. Spectate Potion. Mirror Socket. Red Pet Skins. And finish it out with Stun Bombs. Stun Bombs. All right, write these down. Will, Amy, and Fly Rod. All right, so we are down to the last 4. And this was a event that we'd set up, and then we rescheduled it, and then we decided to get together and drink, and we're going to hang out, and then all of the above. So we're down to the last 4. We got some packs that are going to carry over tomorrow. And I'm going to tell you guys, by the legendaries that I named, I'm just going to throw it out there right now. I want to thank Julia and Kel for being here and all the hard work that they put into the week. And they represent their factions very well. As you guys know, we do have some people step up from time to time that will assist. But for fear of partiality, I never wanted the mods to lead a faction. They certainly lead from time to time, and they certainly assist. But, you know, I want them playing the game, and certainly they offer their opinion, and they're strong leaders, and they're leaders on the channel, regardless of what happens long-term with the game. They will always be have a significant opinion and influence on me. But, you know, their devotion to the game is phenomenal as well, too. So we'll throw out, you know, we got some singles lined up for tomorrow. And you know what? If we get together and we open one box tomorrow, then we get together and we open one box. So maybe it'll be one box that has a legendary in it, because I know there's about 6 or 7 legendaries still floating out there. It was a 24-box event. We opened about 8 or 9 boxes. So 45% of the boxes tomorrow should have legendaries. And we still got 4 packs to open. So Fly Rod, maybe. Bionic Sword, Old Yeller. Come on, Fly Rod, bring us home with a legendary. Pet Revive. And finishing out today's event is going to be Sly Fly. Well, not a legendary, but nonetheless, I'm glad we got together. I'm glad we, you know, we didn't just cancel this until tomorrow. And I do need to get a couple snapshots of the mostly Sly box. All right, how many boxes did we open today? I'm sorry, guys. I've been drinking a little bit. I'm just being honest. Kel, how many boxes was that total? 10? Are you sure it was 10? It wasn't 9? Well, you know what, and thank you guys for showing up. You know, like I said, we were gonna redo it, and then I know some people wanted to get together because we already had the time allotted, and yeah, anytime I get a chance to hang out with you guys, always a lot of fun. So now I say that the reason I'm asking about 9 or 10 because I lost count. So there were 24 boxes prepared over 2 days. So whatever numbers you reserved have been opened or off the table. Kel has a list of numbers that are still available. That means there's 14 boxes. Not saying we'll open all 14 boxes. We didn't take a break. But in those 14 boxes, and I do have a list of some of the items that were randomly put into the pack openings today. So I know, we put a max relic in there, so we know the max relic's in there. It's a legendary, but it's a relic, so I didn't really count that one, because there's some other good stuff out there. I know we didn't see Roadrunner today, so there's a brand new pet that I know we didn't see. The Bounty Band that I mentioned a little bit earlier. So we didn't see the Bounty Band. I know that's still out there in the next 14 boxes. The Bounty Helm is still out there in the next 14 boxes. Euclid we know is still out there. And what else? Rose is still out there. Doom is still out there. So those boxes they're chock full. Somebody's going to get them. Now, if for whatever reason, and I'll continue this, those items are going to be unveiled. So if they are not unveiled tomorrow, I will promise you guys, I will only push the unopened boxes back to next week, a week later. So eventually, it's going to narrow down until one of you guys gets Rose, one of you guys gets Doom. I think some of them are going to be unveiled tomorrow. But hey, if we get together and we only open 4 and there's 10 more, then there will be 6 or 7 legendaries in 10 remaining boxes. So nothing is going to be taken off the table. Nothing is going to be reset. This event is just going to be an ongoing event. I see Julia Muse, twist my arm. I need a legendary. You got it. So Julia has packs for tomorrow. Kel has packs for tomorrow. There's single set up for tomorrow. B-Dub's got some packs for tomorrow. Deadly Dimes had messaged me earlier today, and I know she's in a celebration of life. So, our thoughts and prayers go out with Deadly Dimes. Her and Zach will be back, part of our streams tomorrow. And then I know Rocket was having some challenges earlier, so Rocket will be in here tomorrow as well. So I anticipate going to be a pretty fun event. It will start at 4 p.m. There's no prep work that has to be done like normally if we do multiple days. Everything is lined up and ready to go. So we will, 4 o'clock, we will kick off. There's some Walking Dead things going on tomorrow, so it'll be a pretty quick stream. So was it fast tonight? Because honestly, I was drinking. It felt a little slow. It didn't feel. What time did we start? 7, maybe? Ish. All right. Well, hopefully we got a good explanation of all the items, and a big congratulations to those of you that got either theme boxes, new items, new guns. Legendaries are phenomenal, but I got to tell you, the legendaries will come. But QWERTY grenades, pretty damn good too. Brand new pets, pretty good too. A couple of you guys got Noxy, nobody else has them. 3 or 4 people got QWERTY grenades, nobody else has them. So even if somebody does get them in a bundle, you're still going to be slightly ahead of some of the other people. And I know, what else do we have tonight? We had, I think Bonnie got like a skins and bionic box, so those are going to be fewer and fewer because some people are starting to stockpile those. They're looking good and getting a nice big jump. All right, it's 9:10. I got another 5 minutes or so. Any questions, feedback, comments? Thoughts? Kills the AR-15 bullets. What is the AP? AP3. I'm probably going to eat. Probably be a good idea. Because I had a snack earlier, but I think with this drink, it's a good idea for me to consume some food. It's going to be a DoorDash evening, I think. I'm pretty sure. They should say it, though. They should say AR-15 AP3s, right? Thank you, Kel. I'm glad you guys had a good time. I mean, honestly, it was a little bit of a bummer. I wanted to do the stream, and then, in fairness, some people said they were waiting on the stream to start. But normally, there's some chatter before the stream, and then I was kind of prepping, and I had to delay it at about 15 or 20 minutes, and then there were 3 or 4 people. And my kind of point was, if I'm going to have to answer a bunch of questions around the items, and not everybody who I thought was going to be here, and a few people did say they were going to wait to start later. A couple people said they couldn't find the stream. I just thought it'd be a better idea to do it tomorrow. And then in hindsight, I talked to a couple people and then thought, what the hell, let's do it tonight. They're right. We blocked the time, and why not hang out together? CROSSFIRE is PvE gear. But I would say, think of CROSSFIRE the way you thought of platinum gear. If you guys remember, tier 1 sets came out, and then platinum was a little bit stronger, and a couple of platinum pieces were used for PvP. So could you use a piece or two of Crossfire gear in PvP? Absolutely, you can. If you need a damage boost and you don't have it, you certainly can use. Ray's got the only Crossfire shoulders. Jim and Amy have the only helmets, and then those of you who picked up the bundles the other night have the legs. I think it's legs. Was it legs? Now I'm not sure. Maybe it was chest. I think it was chest, wasn't it? Crossfire chest piece. Now everybody's going to be like, oh, well, of course you know. You know all the items are out there. Yeah, it was the chest piece. So yes, the legs will be coming. It was the chest. Everybody in the club getting tipsy. It's true. Now, I would not be in a position to do PvP against any of you now. Julie's like, oh, bring it. How much damage does the red glob do? It does D10. So, I'm not going to go through. This week I did have the opportunity to, and I'll do this from time to time, but I jumped into a couple factions and I just wanted to chit-chat with some of the players. It was good stuff. I mean, we talked a little bit about the game. We talked about strategies. No hints. And by strategies, what I mean is how to prepare. Not, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that. What builds a successful faction? Some things that I did when I was a guild leader, as far as planning, talking about the game, setting a designated time, watching other matches, keeping notes, those type of things. They were certainly constructive because I don't have any partiality to any player or any team. I have an interest that all players enjoy the game and everybody doesn't get discouraged and gives it their all. You know, the last thing we want is, you know, somebody to lose confidence and get beat down and you know, then they don't want to play the game. And I think all of us have that commitment and that obligation. I will say this, and I'm going to say this. I said it privately to a few people, and I'm going to say it publicly. I am not a fan of griefing other players. If you think that that's a way to get ahead of other players, it is not. This is not the game to turn on people. You know, occasionally you can drop a bounty hunter if you want. Occasionally, if there's a puzzle, you can certainly have your own concepts, your own clues. But betraying a player is just, you can't do it, guys. And I want that point to resonate. Because the game will do well when you guys succeed as a group. Your best moments in this game are going to be when you beat a boss that you didn't think you could beat after you put time and time in again, or somebody made a silly move and it killed the whole. And I'll give you an example. So, when all of you guys died in the tunnel, you guys remember that? Remember that fight? Tunnel was filling up with water, and you had Phantom Cape, and everybody died. See, that was a mistake that was a funny, memorable mistake. You look back on it, and it's like, wow, that didn't work out. And it's a bad result, but it's a good memory. And there's a difference between a bad result and a mistake and a good memory than a malicious play and a lingering bad effect. And I want to make sure everybody is just crystal clear with that you can play your character, but if you grief other players and you make the game miserable for other players, then I'm probably going to ban you or block you. You're not conducive to what the group needs to do. There's going to be a time and a place to battle each other, but Friday nights is not that place. Does that make sense to everybody? Is it fully understandable? And I think you're going to see the strong factions and the strong leaders, because if we do have one or two players that do that, it tarnishes the reputation of every faction. When you do get a point in the game and you're going to have to partner with another group, it's going to make it difficult for them to trust players. And there are going to be points where you guys are going to need each other. There's going to be points you guys are going to fight each other. In fact, CROSSFIRE is going to be, there's going to be some fun challenges in CROSSFIRE. Well, you know what? The one thing I can usually tell is, one, if somebody makes a bad move, they say, I'm casting blue. But you know what I'm looking for more importantly? If somebody makes a bad move and it hurts somebody else, they say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I just hurt the team. And there's a difference between saying I'm sorry and, well, you did, well, this, well, that. I'm not a well, this, well, that person. It's very simple. Hey, look, guys, I dropped the ball. I screwed up. One thing I'll say about our channel and our group, it's a very supportive, very forgiving group. And if you do it, own it. So that was a little bit of the week, and you know what, this game is very it's competitive and it's emotional. You guys have poured 8 months into this game. I want to think about that for a minute. 8 months hardcore playing this game and building the game, and that was after 4 months of playtesting. We did 4 months of playtesting. And I'm just blown away by what you guys put into it. And a lot of what you guys do inspires the stories. Like the grid of the story is already laid out, but it does change from, there's some things that do update and some change, and I love it. Busy Bees apologizing for future mistakes. There's some people that might have been a part of the story that it didn't work out that way, that it made more sense to kind of switch it up, and that's where a lot of my time goes. I can tell you there's a very, very active storyline all the way through February. And it's congruent. It flows, it makes sense. And in December, we'll check the pulse of the game. And if the pulse is still high and we're fired up and we love it and we continue. And your story's not done, Ray. Because I will tell you, I'm not going to tell you guys every custom item or every legendary is not going to come with instructions telling you everything that item does or when it does certain things. But I will give you an example. Amanda, seeing 2 of everything. Oh my God, I love you. Yeah, I'm seeing 3. I will say that Neptune is a stronger weapon when it's near water, Ray. And that is all I'm going to say about your items, your legendaries, when you're a part of the story. There's more to it that you guys have to discover. And there's going to be times that you have to experiment to find out some of the additional hidden clues. Not every item has a catch to it. Not every item is stronger. But some do have some additional benefits. But I've got a very strong story planned out for you guys all the way through February. And it's very modular. It certainly is, there's direction after that. But, and I'm being completely transparent. If we have the same type of hype, the same type of buzz we've had for 8 months, we'll be going strong in February. If we have the same type of hype in February, we'll be going strong for 2 years. This game, the sky's the limit. It can go as far as you guys want to take it. There's a lot of open-ended stories. There's some that are starting to close, but there's a lot of open-ended stories that will still continue to be built upon. Yeah, I would, there'll be a point, Julia, where there's a card game. I'm not opposed to a board version of it as well. Kind of like a Warhammer version of it. We've got the digital version. The cards are certainly in play. You guys have seen some of the cards as well. But like anything else, it takes time. I mean, I have the overview of a card game and how the mechanics of that would work out, but I'm in no rush to do it because I think we have, we have so much fun online and with the digital version of it. But miniatures, Warhammer type maps, easy to develop all of that stuff. And I own the trademarks and the copyrights on everything, so it's, whether it happens in a year, happens in 3 years, I'm enjoying building the game and building the concept and the stories and developing the characters. That's kind of my passion right now. As long as, I hate to use the word appreciated, as long as it's appreciated and inspiring and people play it, then I'm sure that fire will keep burning, right? The more I see you guys enjoy it, the more that I'm going to continue to develop the story. If the story fizzled out, I would probably focus that time on the kind of the board version and the card version because of the content. I mean, there's, I've said this multiple times, there's 1,000 items. So the items are created, and we continue to add to it. If you look at today, alone, if you look at the gear, the tier gear that we've added, the PvP gear that we've added, I mean, those are all, different points of growth throughout the game. Yeah, and the reason I don't want to use the word appreciated is because I don't want to focus just on that word. I think appreciation comes in a lot of different forms, and for me, seeing people enjoy that story last night, that was appreciation. because that was something that I poured a lot of time into. I mean, that video alone was, for 3 minutes of video, was between 5 and 6 hours. All right, you know what? We finished quickly. It is 9:28. So let me again give you guys my sincere gratitude and thanks for all that you do to continue to inspire me and to continue to... You're a living part of this game. Your personas, your characters are growing that story. There's Bonnie, and then there's B-Dub. There's Julia, and then the assassin. There's Karen, and you guys know how it works, right? So your online persona is a combination of what you experience and what you create. And the game takes its own life. So appreciate you guys. Have a good night. I will be back doing this at 4 o'clock tomorrow. Be ready for an awesome story. I've heard that Deadly Dimes, Moonshot, and B-Dub all have some military ties. In the CROSSFIRE realm. So we'll see how that plays out. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for everything that you guys do. And we're going to finish it off with a little bit of dance video. All right, get your dance on, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to grab dinner. Have a good one. Thanks for being here again on a Saturday night. And it's not easy finding this. I've got like so many windows open right now with this, and I can't even find a dance video. This should tell you. Like normally, when I say dance video, it's like right there, right? Okay. There you go. Thanks, everybody. I got it. Peace. You guys know the lyrics to this song by now. All right. You know what the next contest to be? Dancing to this song and actually learning the lyrics to it.
Got a best love song, we are in the right. The mood is all sad, it's just right. So told the driver, drop us off and don't go back tonight. 'Cause it's about to get wild, we'll be an epic night. Let's get this party started, now we rockin'. Do the dancing to the music, jump into it. We are, it's the party of the year, things are getting right. Throwing caution to the wind because we came to party. 'Cause we're vibing and we grooving and we jumping. Stop a party, got the neighbors moving, music pumping. Yeah, music pumping. You got the rhythm pumping through our veins. Adrenaline running through them veins. Your fancy clothes with the fancy names and feeling the rush going to our brains. It's all we thought it would be, 'cause there's no rules here tonight.
Dancer, whoever he is.
We jamming, just dancing, just living in the moment, living it up all through the night. It's the party of the year and things are getting right. Throwing caution to the wind because we came to party. 'Cause we're vibing and we grooving and we jumping. Stop a party, got the neighbors moving, music pumping. It's the party of the year and things are getting right. Throwing caution to the wind because we came to party. 'Cause we're vibing and we grooving and we jumping. Stop a party, got the neighbors
And then finish it off with, there you go. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Peace.